Hello everyone, this is Khalid with KSignals.com. Today I'm going to share with you some of the features on the master trend trading system, and I'm going to focus on this video on the basic master trend trading system. As we've learned on the setup video and then how to install the master trend in your system, and once you load on the template that has the master trend base, you're gonna see something like what you see on the screen here. What I'm sharing with you here is the Euro USD on a 1 hour, and as you can see, the system automatically does the calculations and gives you the entry and exit and entry and stop loss points and the exit points. As you would learn in your user manual, that there are when you're using the master trend basic, there are two main conditions that you want to meet in order to enter a trade. The first condition, you're going to have to see an arrow, whether it's a red arrow for a sell or a blue arrow for a buy. The second condition, if it's a buy, you're gonna have to see a blue dot below the bar. If you do not see a blue dot, then that's not a confirmed signal. Same thing on the sell signal. If you see a red sell signal, but you do not see a red dot on top of it, that means it's not a confirmed signal. So in this case, this signal here that you see on your screen will not be used for a trade. So as you see, the system identified that buy trade here. We'll enter at the end of the bar. We'll put our stop loss here. In this case, the stop loss was a little bit high because the market was volatile right before that. So we get 154. So we're not gonna do 154. We're looking for a trade that we can do about 40 pips stop loss and an average 100 pip profit. So in this case, we're gonna wait a little bit till we see the stop loss reach a lower level. So we can enter right here and put our stop loss about 40 pips below, right before, about 10 pips below the blue dots. So if we enter here, we had a nice move right afterwards, almost 150 pips after that in the next 24 hours, and that's what we're looking for. Is we're looking for if you're using a 1 hour trade, you're looking for a trade that would last with you about 8 to 10 hours up to 1 day. Makes you a good 100 pips plus or more. In this case, if we were patient enough and we followed the system, we could have went almost 200 pips, 190 pips profit. Also, the system allows you to have a second chance entry. So let's say we missed this trade here, and the system still giving a buy signal, and we came here. Of course, when we see the red, that means that either the market is consolidating, or we have a bad an unconfirmed signal. So we're not going to use this area for any trading because we have a conflicting signal between the two indicators. So here we're getting a buy arrow and red dots, so we're not using this area for any trades. We're gonna wait here till we start seeing blue dots. Once we see blue dots again, that means our second chance of entering the trade. So we're gonna enter another trade here, go buy, and as you see, the trade ended up with 310 points, which is not bad at all for a trade. Let's scroll back a little bit because of course, this is a demo account, and let me just scroll back a day before or so. As you see, those separators actually, all those dotted lines, those are days. So from one separator to the other, you end up with a 1 day. So we'll scroll back a few more days before that and see what happens. Alright, let's start with the sell signal here. The system gave us a sell signal. The two conditions met, gave us a red arrow and red dots on top of it. So we enter the trade here. We was showing about 80 or 90 pips stop loss, but in this case what we can do is we can enter the trade and put a 40 pips stop loss here, and that way we don't put a lot of risk. And of course, you refer to the user manual. It will teach you how to calculate the appropriate risk depending on your risk tolerance. So we enter the trade on sell here, and we waited for the trade almost 13 about 18 hours, well, almost 1 day. We ended up with 127 pips. If we were conservative, we'll probably exit as a 100 target. I like normally to use 40 and 100 as my stop loss and target. That way, if you get hit with a stop loss, the next trade will make you the stop loss and additional 60 more pips. So we enter the trade here. Then the market consolidated again. We took another short here. We can make a good 60 pips, and now the market also consolidated one more time. But here's one trick, that once you see the prices jumping over the red dots, that means that's not really a good signal to use. So we're gonna ignore this area here. If you wanted to take a short here, you could, and that would have made you almost 80 pips. The next, the system gave us a buy signal, and we enter normally at the end of the bar when the signal is totally confirmed. So we end up going buy here, putting our stop loss in this area about 50 or 60 pips. Of course, if you're using a smaller time frame like 30 minutes, you can use 40 pips very easily. But if you're using a 1 hour time frame, normally you increase your stop loss to about 60 pips. So we ended up with a move that's almost 130, 140 pips. If we would have stayed in the trade following the stop loss moves, and the system allows you to move your stop loss in a gradual manner. If you put your stop loss right below the blue dots and you keep moving it, you would have ended up with a real good move here, almost 260 pips. Not bad at all. So as you see, the system is very simple. All you have to do is follow the two main rules. The first rule is you have to have a buy signal or a sell signal, and if it's a buy signal, you have to have a blue dot below it. If it's a sell signal, you have to have a red dot below above it, and you put your stop loss right above the red dot, about 10 pips above the red dots, and 10 pips below the blue dot, and you move your stop as you go. As the trade develops, you move your stop loss. Either you exit by meeting your target of 100 pips, or if you'd like to exit earlier, that's your choice. Depending on your patience on the trade. Some of us, when they see 20 pips, they exit, which sometimes it works for them. But when you get hit with a 40 pips stop loss, that eats two of the trades if you exit normally with a 20 pips. So I'd like normally at least to have 2-to-1 ratio on the wins to lose. So you lose 40 pips, you make at least 80 pips to make it up. So in this case, we took the trade, we put our stop losses, we moved it. If we listen to the system without exiting on a break even, normally the recommendation is when you have 40 pips profit, you move your stop loss to break even to secure your position. in case if the market goes against you. In this case it went against us, so we would have exited with a break even or a very small loss. The system gave us a buy. We took the buy with a blue dot in the bottom. We moved our stop losses following the trend, and we kept moving with the system. We could have exited here with about probably 24-25 pips profit, or we exited here with 80 pips profit, or we could have waited, if depends on your risk tolerance, for the higher move, which went almost 150 pips. That's it for the simple or the basic master trend system. As you can scroll down as long as you want, you're going to see very good trades generated by the system. And the good thing is the system helps you to identify good trends to go with, and having the two conditions met will allow you to avoid some of the trades that you don't want to go into. Something like this, so you get a sell signal with a buy, a blue dot in the middle. So in this case we probably would have avoided something like this. A trade like this we could have made probably 50-60 pips on the fly here, and then the trend reversed and we could have made a very nice 440 pips. That's all I have for today, and if you have any questions, please email me at support@keysignals.com, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.